As the opposition is so important, I want to show you another example which happens quite often in practical play. Both sides have no pawn moves due to their backward g-pawns, so only the kings will maneuver, and white will be the attacker. So the key squares of the g6 pawn are f6, e6, e7, and e8 with some, and e8. Okay, for simplicity, let's also say e8. So we again have three connected key squares, and opposition is the most important method to fight about them. And the seventh rank is the main file. White will always try first to take the opposition on the main file on the seventh rank, and then black's king will have to make way. Either the king will come closer and then white can take the near opposition and has made progress, or black's king will go to the 8th rank, then we will go to the nearer on the 6th rank, or black's king will go to the 6th rank and then we come nearer on the 8th rank. Okay, if this was a bit fast and confusing, don't worry, I'll explain it now slowly in detail. First, white must take the opposition. He has two moves. He can take the normal distant opposition with king b7, or he can take the virtual opposition. But of course the normal distant opposition is the only way to win here. King b5 would be wrong. Black plays king e7. White can now take the diagonal opposition, but it doesn't help as d6 is no key square. White wins this fight for the position, and he also can enter d6, but it is no key square as black takes now the opposition in this direction. Black has won the battle for opposition. White won the battle in that direction, but that is not enough, as d6 is no key square, not sufficient. And there's no way to get past black's king here, which just defends tenaciously, and no way to make progress, and it's a draw. So king b7 is the only move. White takes the distant opposition. And now, what shall black do? Black's in Zugzwang. Black can come nearer, but then white has made progress by just coming closer and taking the opposition. Or black can go to the 8th rank. Then white will advance on the key squares on the 6th rank. Black's king can't fly to e6. So black takes a diagonal opposition, and white just advances on the key squares and wins the g6 pawn, as now he can take the normal opposition, and now he will just keep advancing on the key squares and win, as we will soon see. And after king f6, white must come closer on the 8th rank with king c8. Black can't fly to e8, so black has to defend with a diagonal opposition, but this is not sufficient, as black's king cannot enter the g6 square, which would be necessary to keep the opposition defense. King e8. Black can now try to defend passively with king f6 or f7, or black can try a counterattack. Please stop here and calculate the counterattack with king d5 for yourself. The counterattack is not sufficient as well. Now first the race for the g-pawns starts. Both sides take them. And if white's king would now take one of the pawns, then black's king would take the other and draw easily. For example, after king takes f5, black would play king takes h4 and draw easily. But white has the shot, the brilliant shot, king g5. Now black is in Zugzwang. He must lose contact to one of the white pawns, and white will then just take the pawn where black has moved to. After king f3, white takes the f5 pawn and wins easily. And after king h3, white takes the h pawn, goes back and wins easily. Remember this shot. And after the passive defense, also after king f6, let's say, we play king e8, king e6, and now black's king can't go to g6, and so the g-pawn is lost, and white wins easily. And after king f7, white takes a normal opposition, comes closer, takes opposition, comes closer, the usual procedure. And after king g8, black is forced to throw himself into his own sword by moving the backward pawn, creating a protected passed pawn for white, and white wins easily. So make sure that you completely understand these examples with all forms of opposition, the main line, the key squares, why this form of opposition is not enough, and how you enter this, and make sure that you understand every detail of this position. You will benefit from this, I promise you.